Sorry about that. I came back to get the end of this story. Unfortunately, I forgot to put my phone on Do Not Disturb. But anyway, back to the chiropractor. He's a man who specializes. Not only does he specialize in this, he does sports medicine, and he does private training and all this stuff. So he's very endowed in his knowledge of what he knows concerning the spine. And so he didn't seem urgent for me to do other than give him 4 to 6 weeks. So I say, hey, they talking about they want surgery. And he iterated to me, let me just give me 4 to 6 weeks. And along with giving him the 4 to 6 weeks, I was doing PT. And between the two of them has gotten me back to where I am about 95% back to myself. I'm just being able, today is the first day I didn't get up this morning and take any pain medication. And so that's how come I know my God is a healer. And when you stay faithful to him, he will be faithful to you. And it's funny because I'm going to tell two stories. It's funny because on that 47th day where my pain had really started letting up and I wasn't taking, the hardcore drugs anymore, I ran across a quote from Bruce Lee. And I told the Lord, I said, you have such a sense of humor. And he said this, he said that pain will leave you once it's done teaching you the lesson. This is something that Bruce Lee, quote from Bruce Lee years ago. When pain will leave you once it is done teaching you the lesson. I laugh because in that I got a lesson. I got a lesson. I got a lesson about making sure that I continue to stay in alignment with the Lord. I trust the Lord for all that he's going to do for me and will continue to do for me in my life. And that he is what he said that he is. He is the priest, the provider, and he is my protector. And I got to tell you this story. So I've been walking for over 20 years. So when I used to stay in Ypsilanti, I would walk this big circle. I would start off on MacArthur, Clark Road, Panama Street, then back onto MacArthur. And anybody who knows that area, that's a big circle to walk. And whether I would walk it during the day, early in the morning, or in the late afternoon. But I did that, at least 5+ times out of the week. And one particular day, I was walking. It was early afternoon, and I had this stick that I walked with. I found it on the ground. It was just perfect for walking because if I had to, engage anyone or a dog or something, I wanted something to protect myself because we had dogs in the area. And so and I still have that stick to this day, and I still walk with that stick. And here it is, I was walking up MacArthur, and I would mark where I knew dogs were. They would usually be on their chain, or behind the fence. And this particular day, I'm walking, and here is a pit bull who noticed me walking, and he takes off running towards me. I see no one in the yard where he is at, and all I know is this bulldog, he was black with a white stripe, coming straight at me. And here it is, my knees buckled. I was scared, and the only thing I could do when he got up on me, I took that stick and I bust him in the head with it. But I was still scared because knowing the nature of a pit bull, I thought that this pit bull was gonna come back at me. And all of a sudden I do hear his owner call him. And also when I looked up, because at this point my only focus was this dog, that I looked up and I see all of these cars that had pulled over because they seen this dog running towards me and about to attack me. And then I happened to look a little bit further. This is when I was going to Greater Faith Way. And I happened to see my pastor coming. He was in the church bus, and he was coming down the MacArthur, and he was pulling that bus over too. And I realized then that God spoke to me then. He was like, I am your protector. He was like, if you keep walking upright before me, He was like, I will always have your back. And that is what I got out of that day. And I just thank God that he has always had my back. He has always been my provider. I have been in some of the most painful places in life, but he has always brought me through. So I can tell you today that these are just tears of joy, because my God is who he said that he is, and that he is a rewarder of them that diligently seek him. Because he tells you, well, without faith, it is impossible to believe, to please him. But he is a rewarder of them that diligently seek him. And that has been my scripture that I stand on, because he has been a rewarder to me. Even when I wasn't faithful to him, he always stayed faithful to me. And I've come to a place like Job said, I knew not, I have heard, and I have heard it in my ear. But it wasn't until I experienced that I have come to see him and who he is to me, and who he can be to each and every one of you, us, if we allow ourselves to open up our heart and allow him to debride the wound, allow him to deal with the pain from the wound, that you could be healed as well. And your life will be fruitful. It ain't gonna say it's gonna be easy, but it will be fruitful. And God will make all those crooked paths straight if you allow him to. So that is my word. Again, I'm sorry that it's a 2-part video. But I just wanted to get all that out, because after today, we're going back to those 5 to 10 minute videos. And I pray that everyone has gotten something out of this, because I truly have. And again, I am so grateful for those who love me. I love each and every one of you all. And even that y'all don't love me, even my foes, I love y'all too. May not like it, but I love you. And that is acceptable unto the Lord. Because again, you know, we'd be foolish to think that we're all likable and everyone's going to be liking you. You know, I don't have no unrealistic aspect about people, because people, we are fickle. And that's just who we are. But just know, I mean you nothing but love, and I mean you nothing but prosperity. And again, thank you all for listening. I'm back, and I am back with the fullness of the Lord. So you all take care till next time. I gotta go, but I will be back.